Okay. Hi guys, it would be great if you can all turn on the cameras. I can only see one. Okay, great. If everyone can turn on the cameras, it would be good. And then I'll start. I think only 8 people have turned on the camera right now. Can everyone else also turn on the camera? See, this session is for you guys only. So if you guys don't turn on the camera, then it's kind of a loss for you only. It'll just take up more of our time. Okay, so I'll just tell you guys what we're doing today. Basically, I am also a student of fact, and I gave the SAT last year in December, and I got a score above 1500. So then I am taking this session to give you guys some tips and tricks to like tell you like what you guys should do to like also get a really good score. So I'll just admit a few more people that I can see in the waiting room, and then we'll start. Okay, to everyone who just joined, please turn on your cameras. Okay, I think it's been 5 minutes, so we'll start. Okay, great, guys. So I think first thing I'm going to ask is, have all of you already registered for the SAT, or do you still have to register?
Registered.
Okay, great.
Registered.
Everyone else?
I haven't registered yet for
You have to register for the August one.
Okay, okay. I'll just share my screen. Can you guys just let me know if you can see 1 minute? Um, can you guys see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, great. Perfect. Okay, so see, first thing is that this website, College Board, is one of the most important websites for you guys right now. You should always get all your information about the SAT from this site, because I know there's a lot of sites available online that will give you information, but this is the official website. So any dates or anything you want to do, always do it from here. So I have the official dates and all open. So see, guys, the deadline for registration after it closes, you can't like write the SAT, and you will have to wait until later, and then that is a disadvantage for you guys only. So like hopefully all of you guys have like paper and pen with you, so that you can like note down anything I'm saying if you guys feel it's important. So if you guys want, just note down the dates from here if you haven't registered, and then let me know when I can move on to the next thing. Are you guys done? Guys, please respond, otherwise this is not going to be very helpful for you.
I have already registered, so last night.
Okay, perfect. So I think I'll just move on to the next thing. Hopefully you all have noted it down. Okay. Second thing is that hopefully all of you know that the SAT is now digital, and it's not like it's not paper and pen like it was before. So you guys need to check the device requirements to make sure that. Okay, wait 1 minute. Sorry guys, there's some people in the waiting room. Okay, guys, to the people who just joined, we have started the session. Let me know if you have any doubts. Okay, please turn on the camera if you can. Okay, great. What was I saying? Yes. The device requirements, go through them. if you want, I can send these links in the chat box also, so that any doubts you guys have, you guys can check over here to check if your device matches up with the device requirements, to ensure that you don't go over there and then you can't take this out. Okay, now next thing is that this is the official portion, if you want, you can say, about what will actually come in the SAT. If you guys, do you guys want me to send this link in the chat box?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes.
so this is basically from the College Board website itself. You guys can I'll send the link on the chat box. You guys can check it yourself also. Over what this is what I meant when I said that you should always check the College Board's official site, because you'll find a lot of different books and sites that will kind of say that, okay, this is the portion, that is the portion, but you should always go with what is there on College Board, because they're the ones who are actually making the question papers for the SAT. So as you can see over here, all the portion and all is written. One more thing, don't get confused. All of this PSAT, NMSQT, that is not applicable for us. Only refer to what is written for SAT. Okay, don't get confused with that. This is basically the portion for math, and like that you'll find the portion for the English also, but it's not called English over here, don't get confused by that. It's called EBRW, evidence based reading and writing, so don't get confused by that. It's just another name for the same thing. Okay, okay, great. I'll show you guys the English also. I think you guys want me to send, I think I'll send this link also. This is basically
Yes.
for the reading and writing section. Okay, I've sent both links in the chat box. Can you guys see?
Yes.
Thank
Okay,
you.
great, perfect. So just before, when you study, make sure that you study these things before going, because you always want to be completely prepared with what is actually going to come in the SAT. Okay. Another thing is that this is for after you've actually given the SAT exam. When you'll actually get your scores, yeah, you'll get a lot of different newspapers saying, oh yeah, this is when the scores are releasing, this is when the scores are releasing. But always refer to the official College Board site about the score release dates. Okay, this is not that important right now for you guys. Next thing is that for actually practicing for the SAT, right? There's a few different things. One is the Blue Book app from College Board, on which you can actually take a few practice tests. But another one is Khan Academy. Okay, this is not from the College Board, but they are officially partnered with the College Board. So any questions you find over here, yeah, those are like pretty good. Okay, so as you can see over here on my screen, College Board and Khan Academy have actually partnered up. If you guys want, you guys can check from College Board itself. You'll find the Khan Academy link. So over here, you'll find a lot of different questions and practice tests to so that you can practice before the exam, to kind of make sure that you are prepared for the exam. I think I'll send this link also if you guys want. 1 minute. Have you guys got it in the chat box? Just let me know.
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So for when I was giving the SAT, it was paper and pen, but then even then I was doing a lot of practice tests on Khan Academy and the official College Board ones. Okay, so before you give the exam, giving practice tests is really important. It's one of the most important things you can do. So no matter what, before giving the exam, for sure you need to give a few practice tests. Okay, this is something I feel like all of you should note down. Before the exam, you should be aware of this, how much time you have and how many questions you'll have. Okay, our goal is always to kind of do as many questions as we can in as little time as possible. So basically these modules, yeah, it's just a fancy word for saying different parts. So you'll have two parts in the reading and writing. One of them will be more like comprehension based, like literature type, like what you do in English in school, and the other will be grammar type, which is called writing. And in math also you'll have two different parts, but they will be mostly similar. So if you guys want, you can take a screenshot or you can note this down, or I can send the link in the chat box, whatever you guys want. I'm taking your silence to mean that you guys are noting this down, right?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Let me know when I can move on to the next thing, okay?
Yes, I think we can.
Okay, perfect. One last thing. See, basically, since the SAT is digital now, right? There's this app called the Blue Book app, which you can download from College Board. Over there, there's, I guess, 3 to 4 different practice tests that are basically exactly like what you will write on the actual exam day. So when you write before the SAT, like, see, for example, if your SAT is next week, then by this week you need to have written all of those practice tests to kind of see where you stand. Like before the exam you should be able to write the test and you should be able to answer all those questions. And what you should do is whatever questions you get right, well and good, but then the questions you get wrong, right, note it down. And those particular topics, yeah, revise those. A lot of people always ask me, like, how did you do a revision for the SAT? Because oftentimes we always know like a 1 month or 2 months before. And even if you've studied anything, how do you revise? So what you should do is these practice tests, right? Give these practice tests, and then the questions you get wrong, check which topic those are from. For example, in math you got some linear equation kind of thing wrong. Okay, so don't go and revise full math section again. What you do is this is why Khan Academy is really good. Okay, uh 1 minute, I'll see if I can find it over here. But in the SAT things, yeah, it's divided by section. So over there, find the particular topic which you are getting wrong. For example, see over here, there's algebra, problem solving, all of that, yeah. So find the particular topic that you are getting wrong and then go practice on Khan Academy. On Khan Academy, you will
Can you
get
share
specific.
this link?
Yes, I'm sharing my screen. Are you not able to see? Can
No, no,
everyone
I'm
else?
asking, can you share this link? Yeah, for this.
Okay, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
I have sent the link. Have you guys seen?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So again, even if you can't open this link, if you go onto Khan Academy, then from there I will show you guys. Wait, see, go to SAT. Okay, then if you from here itself also you'll get the Khan Academy link. And even if you like search like khanacademy.com, you'll get that. So from there, like, see over here, basically go to Khan Academy, right? Hopefully you guys can still see my screen. From here itself, this link will open and you guys will be able to get the official thing. So there'll be a lot of different sites where you can get SAT practice questions and all, but I trust Khan Academy more personally because it's officially partnered with College Board. So I feel like the questions will be a bit more similar to what you might actually get on the exam. Okay, so see, in Khan Academy, you can do 2 things. You can actually write like the full length test also. But another thing what you can do is that you can do like question specific practice, right? So see, for example, you get first they'll teach you and then you'll get questions about it. So then I feel like that is something that'll be really helpful. So according to what you need, you guys can use the site and basically uh what I would suggest is that after, I know you guys are in fact, so like you'll have your classes, right? So after you finish studying, your teachers will also share some resources with you, right? So then see what you're weak in, see what your strengths are. See, obviously you need to focus on your strengths because that is what will gain you marks. But like whatever things you're weak in, come on to Khan Academy and you'll get different questions and lessons about it also. So and I feel like that will be something that will be helpful for you guys. Okay, so back to this site, yeah. I have shared a bunch of links with you. I'm not after this meeting is over, I don't think you'll be able to access them. So if you guys want to, save them somewhere, then I think it's best to do it now. Let me know after you guys are done with that. Okay, a few more people have entered the waiting room. Whoever joins right now, please turn on your camera so we can like interact with them. Okay, guys. Now basically what I'm going to do is that I'm going to share some of the resources that I myself used while I was preparing for the SAT. So just give me a minute. Um, okay, I've sent it. Okay, I'm stopping sharing and uh, I've sent it on the chat box. It's still loading for me, but like I think you should be able to see at least a few. So can you guys let me know when you get the documents I've shared? Have you guys gotten the PDFs and all that I've shared? I can see a few thumbs up, but I would prefer if everyone, everyone verbally said it out loud because first of all, half of you haven't turned on the cameras. So if you can, please do turn your cameras on because after this it'll be kind of like a doubt session, and I've been told only to let people whose cameras are on ask doubts. Okay, just to confirm, see, I've shared Math 1, Math 2, Math 3, Math 4, like 4 documents, and then there's one for EBRW1. Again, EBRW is evidence-based reading and writing, which is basically English, okay? You might be wondering why there's only one, but like if you hopefully you guys can download all of them. There's no problems with that. But the EBRW1 is actually like 1,000 pages long, and it actually has things about maths also, but I majorly used it for like my reading writing related practice. But like all of the resources. Oh yeah, no problem. If you're traveling, no problem, no need to turn on your camera, but like everyone else, please do if you can. Rushil has raised his hand. What happened?
Can you put these files on a Google Drive and send the link, because Zoom is not downloading half of these files for whatever reason, especially the long ones.
Okay, I'm not sure. Okay, what I'll do is I'll send these to Rita ma'am, and I think she'll share them with you because
All right.
I don't know if I can put them in the Google Drive and send them right now. Is that okay?
Yeah, sure, it's fine.
Yeah, okay, perfect. Okay, guys, see. So basically, this session is going to go till 3 o'clock, and I think now what we can do is that you guys can ask any doubts you have, and then I will try my best to answer them. And then after that, we can like maybe go through a few of the questions or something, whatever you guys find. Is everyone facing a problem with downloading the files on Zoom?
No, it's downloading pretty well.
Okay, okay. Then it's fine, no problem. I will send them to Rita ma'am regardless. Perfect. Sneha has raised her hand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't turn on my camera. I'm sorry for that. Also, I just
Okay, no
wanted to ask
problem.
you- yeah, I wanted to ask you, how many times did you give the SAT?
Oh, I only gave the SAT once. Like, I'm very grateful I got a good score in the first. I got 1530 out of 1600. And to be honest, I think it was mostly a result of me giving a lot of practice tests. But I only gave the SAT once.
Okay, that's a really great score.
Thank
But
you.
like on the Blue Book app, right? So there are just like I think 4 practice tests.
Yeah.
And so the thing is, I'm gonna give my SAT for the second time now, and I've
Okay.
already solved those 4 practice tests. So
Okay.
where did you get the rest of the practice tests from?
Okay, see, I personally gave the SAT like before in December, so mine was paper and pen. But see, one thing I can say is that, can I ask, like, what was your score the first time you gave the SAT?
Yeah, it was 1240.
Okay, so see, when you get to that level, yeah, you basically know all the concepts. The problem is that sometimes you make silly mistakes, or sometimes maybe during the exam you're not able to remember the formula, something like that, yeah. Or like, what was the problem you think you're facing? Like,
So yeah, so the thing was, I had done English really well, so I was like pretty
hmm,
confident in English, and
hmm,
with like I was actually totally doing it from Khan Academy, which was great.
yeah,
So the maths thing, what happened is I didn't really do it that nicely, I think. So
hmm,
I think that was a problem there. And during the test, I couldn't manage my time. I was like,
okay.
well, I was like doing it slowly and all, and then I was like, oh my god, okay, just have 10 minutes left, and then I just
Oh.
rushed in the second module. So yeah.
Okay, okay, makes sense. So see, so basically one of your problems in the math module is the time management. So see, that is one of the things in which you need practice tests. I guess for English, if you're doing fine, then you don't need much, yeah. So if you see, basically on the College Board website, yeah, if you go, you'll find like more papers. Like it won't be the online one; it'll be something like for paper and pen. But the thing is that the questions in both will be somewhat similar. So if you go on there, yeah, or if you, for example, I think in the file that I sent, right, for the EBRW, I guess there's a few practice tests in that also. So the thing is that it won't be exactly like it, because obviously you're going to be writing paper and pen and like not the actual digital one like you'll have in the exam. But the problem that you are facing is that you have less time. And it's not that you are not familiar with the digital, like how to technically like solve, like uh you know how to click the question, how to go to the next one. That's not really the problem you're facing, yeah. So I think what you can do is that, I think old papers that are there from the paper and pen test, yeah, I think they're still there on the College Board website also, and there's a few in the resources I shared. So what you do is that you write those, like it's fine if it's on paper and pen, but then do those and time yourself when you do that. And another example, another tip I can give is that the PPTs and PDFs I sent for math, yeah, I actually sent more because I know like a lot of people face problems with that. So what you do is that when you do each question from there, right, time yourself, like you know how much time you'll have for the entire thing, right, for the entire like math portion. So what you do is that try and calculate. Okay, 1 minute. I will. Okay, yeah, I'll let them in 1 minute. Yeah, I think I've let everyone in. Yeah, so for figure out how much time you'll have for each question. And when you're solving questions, not just when you're like doing the entire like paper, when you're solving questions for practice also, try and time yourself. Like, okay, I have 2 minutes for this question, I need to finish in 2. And sometimes what happens is that if you don't know the concepts well, right, you might be second guessing yourself, like, oh, is this correct, is it not correct, like that. And then that might be something that's like, taking up more time for you. So try and see which concepts you need to work on, and I feel like that might also help a little bit. Okay, so Ishani asked, how should we manage our time for the English exam, because the number of questions is more as compared to the time allotted. Okay, see, one thing I'll tell you is that I think before in the paper and pen, yeah, um, the per question time was actually a lot less than what you're getting right now. So what I'll tell you is that when you, for example, in school also when you write, there's obviously going to be a lot of questions as compared to the amount of time you have, right? So what I will suggest is that read through the passage first, um, like understand it properly, and then what I used to do is that I would read through the passage first, and then my questions would go by faster. Like it would only be like 30 to 40 seconds per question, but since I had a better understanding of the passage itself, I was able to go through it a little bit faster. If you want, what you can do is that for the since there's like reading like literature type and the writing which is more the grammar related, you can save time in the grammar related things, because in that, um eliminate the options, okay. out of the 4 options, instead of searching for the one that is right, try and see which one is wrong from the start. That is something that makes it a lot easier to find the actual answer in the end. Okay, hopefully I've answered your doubt.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, perfect. Okay, someone has asked, what do you think will be better, paper and pen or the digital one? Actually, as far as I know, paper and pen has been discontinued by now. Like, I think you only have a digital option. Yeah, I think Rushil has also said the same thing. I think you should probably go and confirm on the College Board website. But from what I know, I don't think you have a paper and pen option anymore. And I think you guys should be happy. Like, don't think, oh, paper and pen is not there. See, before you would have to like bubble it in. Yeah, I think you're right. Only within the USA. So see, if you were writing paper and pen, you would have to like, bubble it in, and that would take more of your time, right? On top of that, when you're doing it online, everything is calculated. In the paper and pen, in some parts, you wouldn't have calculated also. So just be happy. I think it's good that you guys are getting to try digital version at this point. Okay, does anyone else have any other questions?
Not
Okay.
a question, but
Yeah.
if I could add something
Hmm.
that helped me was carrying a graphic calculator, which is allowed for the DSAT,
Hmm.
where especially the ones which have these functions of solving equations and graphs
Hmm.
instantly, it helps with time management. Like at least 1/3 of the questions, I didn't have to do anything. I just put in the variable, just give me an answer straight off the bat.
Yeah. He's right. Basically, in the math section, yeah, sometimes you might think like, oh, I can do this calculation on my own. But if you think it will go faster with calculator, yeah, use it. You have a calculator, use it to your advantage. I think what he said is that in some of the linear equation questions, yeah, you can just directly put in the like the equation and you will get your answer. You won't have to calculate it on your own. So if you think, just use the calculator. Don't like be like, oh, I can do it on my own. Like, your SAT score matters a lot more than whether or not you calculate it on your own or whether you use calculator. Okay, someone is asking what books I used. Okay, see, basically for me, I used whatever resources my instructors in FACT like they shared with me, and I shared those with you guys on the 1 minute. There's someone in the waiting. Sorry, guys. Yeah, and whatever resources I used, I shared in the chat box. And those of you who are not able to access those right now, I'll send them to Rita ma'am and she'll forward them over to you. I will personally not suggest any books, but you guys can see what matters is whether or not you get the questions and whether you have proper practice. Your own instructors and they will itself share like more resources with you. So just make sure that whatever questions they send, do all of those like properly. Okay, whichever questions you get wrong, don't just like be like, okay, it's wrong. Like later on, after you revise the concept, go back and make sure that you're able to solve like the day before, right? Okay, someone is asking my score in verbal and cons. For the verbal part, I see overall I got 1530 out of 1600. So for verbal, I got 770. And then for the 1 minute, sorry, there's someone in the waiting room. Yes, guys, sorry. Basically, for the math section, I got 770, and then for the verbal, I got 760. Sorry, I got that mixed up before. Okay, someone else is asking how to improve in maths. Okay, see, I think one thing you've probably heard a lot, and that's the only thing I can tell you, is that you need to practice. Because sometimes what happens is that we might know the concept, we might have memorized the formulas, but unless you actually do questions, it's kind of hard for you to improve your timing. Because in maths, sometimes what happens is that you might know the concept or whatever, but you're getting it wrong. So for me, what used to happen is that I would know all the questions. Like I would know how to solve. If I had more time, then I would be able to solve the answers correctly. But like in a hurry, like in the end, there's only a few minutes left. So there's not enough time to solve the questions. And then I would have to like, just kind of guess and solve. So what I realized is that the questions that were easier for me, I was taking so much time on them that I didn't have enough time left to solve the easier questions. I mean, sorry, the harder questions. So that was bringing down my score. So practice as much as you can, know what parts you're weak at, what parts your strengths are. And then, for example, if you know some question, it's easy for you, you're good at it, try to give less time for it. For example, if you have 2 minutes per question, right? Don't sit and be like, okay, for this question I will take 2 minutes. For example, if it's a question that's easier for you, for example, linear equations or something, and you can solve in 1 minute, solve in 1 minute, fast. And then later on, when you find a harder question, for example, geometry or something like that, then spend 3 minutes on that. But then it'll be compensated by the less time you spent before. Okay, someone else is asking, how long did the test prep take me and how early did I start preparing for the SAT before my exam? So, like I told you guys, I gave the SAT in December, right? I was actually planning on giving the SAT in October, but what happened is that I was very unprepared. And then what I thought is that it's better for me to be prepared and give the SAT later. So I did, like, officially I started my preparation before October, but like really, the practicing and like really studying for the SAT, I started, I think, November. I think a solid month, 1.5 month I did before the exam. And then after that I gave the SAT. Okay, yeah, Priya, you have the option to carry your own device if you want. That is what I myself would see. You can request the college board to provide you with a laptop or something for the exam. But see, what will happen is that you will be unfamiliar with the device. But if you use your own laptop, right, then you will be able to download Blue Book and like you will be able to practice on that. So then it won't be that you won't face any issues on test day. So see, if it's a problem like you're not able to if you don't have a laptop or your own device, then for sure, request college board and then they will send you a device. But if it's possible, I would always suggest that you carry your own device or your own laptop. I am not sure where I'm applying yet. I've been joining, for example, today evening also we have Sunil's first meeting, right? So then guys, I'm sorry, I'm not sure what happened. I think the something happened with the meeting. Can you all hear me and see me?
Yes, we can.
Yes.
Okay, perfect. I'm not sure what happened. I'm sorry, guys. 1 minute, I'll just check. Okay. Sneha, I think Okay, hi everyone. I'm sorry. I'm not sure what happened. There was some problem with the internet. Can you all see and hear me? Hello?
Yes, we can.
Yes, wow.
Yes.
Okay, I'm really sorry. I'm not sure what happened. Okay, I think I was answering someone's question.
Yeah. I just want to add on one point about the device thing. So
Yeah, sure.
having given one attempt digital in person, if anyone has a choice between the devices, I would suggest go for a MacBook, because the thing with MacBook is even if you're on the test screen, you can still use the MacBook's inbuilt feature to define a word. So even though that is not like something that they provide, but it does happen, and it can help you sometimes if you're confused about the meaning of a word. That's what I did.
Okay, great. That's a good tip, guys. Follow that if you can. Um, okay, someone is asking, is 1 month enough for SAT prep if we study hard? I would say yes, for sure. 1 month is enough. I myself, to be honest, like 1 month, 1.5 month is how much time I had for my own SAT exam. So if you study hard, I feel like 1 month is enough. Okay, Arnav has raised his hand. Yeah, what's your question?
Yeah, so like if I plan to give two sats, and in the first one I just prepare for my math section, and in the second one if I prepare for my verbal, and then there's like a super score where they count the highest. So is that good, like good idea to do?
I will say it depends on the universities you're planning on applying to, because see, for example, in the first one, you're saying you only prepare for maths. So then your verbal or like the English score will be low, right? And then
Yeah.
I don't know which universities you're going to apply in. So then some universities, they don't accept super scoring. They will ask for, the score of one session. So even if you have one SAT where you have a good math score and one in which you have a good quant score, so then um it won't be very useful to you if you don't apply to university where you can't super score.
Okay.
So I would always suggest, study for both and try your best, to get a good score in both in one attempt.
Okay. Thank you.
Great. Any other questions? Okay. Okay, overthinking a question in verbal. Okay, I feel like that is something I also faced a bit. The only advice I can give is that practice as much as you can, because see, one thing is that you won't have that much time in the actual SAT exam. So if you spend a lot of time overthinking one specific question, then what will happen is that you won't have time left for the rest of the questions. And what will happen is that the question that you were overthinking, that one will also become wrong. So try your best. See, there is a certain level of thinking that is required to actually answer the verbal questions. But then oftentimes that itself, I myself face the same problem. So I know what you're asking. But then the only thing you can really do for this is practice, because only then will you realize to what level you need to actually consider the question, so you don't end up overthinking. Okay, about carrying a calculator, actually, I think since you're going to be giving the digital SAT, in the actual Blue Book app itself, there is a built-in calculator from what I know. Someone who's, yeah, I think Rushil, who's actually given the exam, will have a bit
Yeah,
more.
thing
Yeah.
is, there's this thing called Desmos, which is a graphing calculator online, and that's inbuilt into Blue Book, but that'll only let you graph lines, nothing else. If you are able to get your hands on a graphing calculator, the one I use was a Casio FX G353. So there's a list on the College Board website of approved calculators. The best one would be a TI-84 plus with Python. Best case scenario if you can get one. My sister goes to university, so she has one. I have to pay for one. They're actually very expensive, but the ones that I'm talking about actually have these inbuilt features that which can solve equations and even geometrical functions. But the inbuilt one can't actually do all of that. So I think if you can, then go for a proper graphing calculator.
Okay, great, perfect. So if any of you guys have also like if you guys have anything you can contribute to the discussion for sure, because even I'm just a student like you, right? And like if someone is asking a question and then you think you have an answer like Rochelle, then for sure guys, like come up, like it's good. Someone is asking if I can give some tips for English in general. See, one of the best tips I can give is that read, like, see, if you have like a month or so before the exam, yeah, you have like a lot of time, if I'm being honest. So, other than your actual SAT practice, yeah, try to read more like in English so that you can get used to the language and all. So, don't just read like passively, try to read, try to understand, and like the old this is where the old question papers for the paper and pen sat, yeah, if you can find those, just read the passages because it will help you get familiarized with the language that they use. Vocabulary wise, I don't think there's much you can do like before. See, some people might suggest like try to learn new words and all, but the thing is that I don't think that will really help that much for the actual exam. I think Rushil once said that if you can learn new words and all, but the thing is that I don't think that will really help that much for the actual exam. I think Rushil has any questions for me? Does anyone else have any other questions?
Okay, am I audible?
Yeah, you're audible.
Yeah, I just want to say two things. Number one, for vocabulary, one thing that helped me because I prepared for like a few hours, I think 6, 7 hours before the paper. But from all the resources I could find, there is this one table which is basically prefixes and suffixes, where even if you don't know the meaning of a word, you can actually understand the meaning based on the basis of the letters used in it. That is something I found. I can share that if I can find it, I'll share on the group. And secondly, if you are if I have a book for the pen and paper SAT by College Board, which has lots of questions, like I think more than 1,000 questions, but I never used it. So if anyone in Mumbai wants, I can just like ship it out to you if you need it. Have it.
Okay, guys, so get in contact with him if you guys want the book. Does anyone else have any other questions? Okay, yeah, someone is asking like general tips. Okay, see, one of the best things I can like tell you guys is like time management is one of the most important things you guys can take care of, because sometimes what happens is that even if you know the answers, you might not have enough time left in the end, and what will happen is that you'll just end up guessing the answers, just putting in like random options, right? And then that's one of the worst things that can happen. Like, okay, if you don't know the answer, fine, you didn't get it, okay, but you know the answer, you would have been able to solve, but then you didn't have enough time, so you weren't able to like solve. So just like try your best to you know practice as much as you can before the exam so that you don't face this problem. Also, I guess Rushil has sent the cheat sheet for the vocabulary section, so go through that and hopefully it will help you guys in your own SAT prep. Okay, I am currently in the fall 2024 batch. I will be applying to university this year. I haven't applied anywhere yet and thus have not gotten anywhere yet. Okay, does anyone else have any other questions? We have like another 10 minutes or so left. So this is, if you guys have any like questions you want to ask, this is pretty much your last chance. Um, no one has any questions, really? Okay, does anyone else have any like tips or something they themselves want to share? Guys, this meeting won't be very fun if you guys don't respond. Okay, I'm from the UAE. I live in Abu Dhabi, so I gave my SAT over there. Um, are all of you guys giving the SAT for the first time, or like other than Roshul, I know I guess this is his second time giving. Guys,
First time.
okay. Everyone else?
I'm
First
giving
time.
it second time.
Okay. So since it's your first time, I guess most of you might be a little bit nervous, right? About like what will actually happen and all. Okay, a lot of people are replying on chat. I guess you guys are shy or something. Okay, yeah. So what it's good that you guys are. I will always be hoping that you guys can get the score that you want in the first time itself. Okay, yes. Rushil has raised his hand. Yes, Rushil.
If I can say something for the first time as takers, if the center usually allows you to carry drinks and snacks for the break. From personal advice, please don't carry any caffeine drinks. You'll think it helps you, but it'll just increase your stress and you'll go crazy doing the paper. I downed 2 Red Bulls between the break and I just could not process for the rest of the day. So don't do that, guys. Just carry like a juice or something.
Okay, guys, take Rushil's advice. I personally did not take any Red Bulls during my SAT. Um, okay, see, one advice I will give you is that don't take anything that can like accidentally spill onto your device or something, because you really do not want to face any problems like that in the middle of the exam. Suddenly,
No,
some
they
juice
don't
spilled.
snacks. You can't have the snack in the hall. They send you outside for your food.
Oh, okay,
Also,
great.
the thing
Yeah.
is, there are two different set of papers. So if you get a chance, like that's what happened when I gave the set. People about discussing their answers. So don't discuss actively, but like keep your ear open if you can hear something and all. It because they even though you can't change your answers, they do talk about math as well. So if you can just keep your ear open, you never know what might help you.
Okay. Yeah, Maithili is asking, yeah, you guys will probably have, I think, 5 sessions with me. This is the first one. I think, okay, yeah, guys, I wanted to ask you, what would you guys prefer? Like, in what I was thinking is that I could solve some questions with you guys to kind of see the thinking process, like, and then, any, for example, if you get a question wrong, then you guys can ask me the doubts you have. Like, this was kind of like a general session about your doubts about the exam, right? But I think from next class on, like in the next session, what we can do is that if you have a specific question where you're facing an issue, then you guys can ask about that one. And then, that way it'll be helpful for you guys also. Does that seem okay?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, great, perfect. And do you guys want me to focus more on the math, or do you guys want me to focus more on like the verbal? Okay, some people are saying math and some people are saying verbal. Okay, wait, I'll try and see if I can take a poll. Um, okay, I don't think that's possible right now. So, okay, wait, what we'll do is, okay, the people who want me to do math, raise your hands now. And I don't mean this kind, I mean like the, online raise your hand, the reactions. Okay, that's 2 people. Only 2 people want math, or are the rest of you asleep? Okay, it seems only 2 people want math. And okay, you guys can lower your hands. Who wants a more of a focus on the verbal part? Raise your hands. Okay, so I think almost all of you want more of a focus on the English part. Okay, so in that case, I think that's what we will do. We have 4 more sessions left. So, do you guys want me to do like 3 sessions for verbal, and then I think at least 1 session we'll do for maths also, right? For the people who want math. Is that okay?
Yeah, that works, I think.
Yeah, that's
Okay,
fine.
perfect. And do you want me to bring questions, or do you guys want to discuss the question that you all are facing problems in?
I think if you could just open, like, share your blue book screen, just do a practice test, and while you're solving, explain how you get that answer. Even for 2 practice tests, I think verbal and quants would both be covered.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. I think I'll try and coordinate with Rita ma'am to do that. Um, I think the next session will probably be the same time next Sunday. So I'm hoping to see all of you there. So it's our last 5 minutes. Do you guys, last chance to ask any questions you all have? Nothing?
Are you in general like good at academics, or like specifically SAT you got good marks?
No, like I would like to say I'm pretty, like my academics are like generally pretty good. But like when I actually first started practicing for the SAT, I was actually pretty bad at it. Like my scores were really not up to the mark. It was like after like continuous practice that the SAT scores went up and became like better. Like I used to think that my academics were a lot better as compared to my SAT, but like thankfully in the end the SAT score also came out good. But it's not connected like that. If you guys aren't that good at academics also, don't think that you can't get a good score in the SAT, because if you practice, then you don't need to worry at all. Your SAT score will come out good, don't worry. And I have full hopes in you guys.
From a very honest point of view, can you tell me how much of the classes that, like, the booster program helped you, and like how much percentage of your score would you give to fact, and how much to just your own personal self study?
I think I would say at least 50% to fact, because see, in the classes, yeah, they will teach you the concepts, and like there's not really a place where you can see on the college board website. They tell you that this is the portion, but then to actually learn what you need to, like, the fact classes really helped me learn the different concepts. But then I will say that if I hadn't practiced on my own, like just attending the classes, like watching TV, that is not going to help. Like you need to attend the classes, and then for example if they give you any homework or if they give you any questions, you need to go home and practice that. That's why I say like at least 50%, like attending the classes is helpful, and it will make a difference, because from that way it will, like, give you the concepts. But then you need to practice on your own, otherwise you won't be able to actually apply those concepts in the questions. um okay, someone is okay. See, for those who can't attend during this exact timing, I think the recording will be sent to everyone. So try your best to join if you can. I know it's midnight where you'll be there in US and all, but like if you can join, try your best to do. Otherwise, we'll try to send the meeting. Sorry, the meeting recordings. Okay, guys, last 2 minutes. Any questions? Guys? Okay, just to confirm, like we discussed, I think next class I'll take verbal, and if possible, I will try and solve a full practice test with you guys. Is that okay?
Yeah, sounds good.
Okay, great, perfect. Um, no other questions, guys? Last 1 minute. Okay, then. So I think I'll end the meeting. Is that okay? No one else has any questions, right? Okay, thank you, guys.
Thank
It's
you.
nice. Okay,
Thank you.
perfect. Great. Hoping to see you guys next Sunday.
Thank you.
Thank you.